Hey everybody, this is Dan. We're back with our second episode of Stress-Free Telehealth. These are just short, quick videos about how to be more successful doing telehealth, how to do it stress-free, and how to use the technology to help make your life better instead of the other way around, which happens way too often. Last week we talked mostly about leveraging tech support to help eliminate missed appointments, to help your clients be ready for your appointment on time, and how that saves you money, can make you more money in revenue, and any cost associated with tech support can be well worth it in the long run because you're making that money back by not missing the appointments each month. Today's we're going to talk about your equipment and your setup and how to do that in a way, again, to eliminate the stress and make the life of doing telehealth, even from working from home, easier on you, the provider. So we'll start a little bit with equipment. I'm currently using an iMac computer and the camera is at eye level. You can do that with a laptop, you can prop up an iPad, but let's keep that camera at eye level so you're really looking like you're talking into the screen and nobody's looking up into your nose. You can use a good microphone or the built-in equipment. On most modern computers, the built-in equipment is just fine for telehealth. As far as note-taking goes, there's a couple different options for that. Some users use two different screens, or they use an iPad for one and the computer for the other. So you could be taking notes even on your EMR, on your computer, while looking at, maybe you're looking over here at the iPad screen to actually talk to the person. Second option, a lot of options in the healthcare space for AI note takers. These can be very helpful as well. They work incredibly well. The technology is amazing and has come so far. It even gives you actionable steps and next steps for the client and for you to email out a summary perhaps when the meeting is over. So these work well. One thing you need to be aware of though is how you store that file. If all you're doing is a video conferencing session using Zoom, there's no stored information, the meeting's not recorded, there's no PHI, and there's no HIPAA concerns. If there is an AI note taker involved, that information gets stored, and it does make it a little bit more complicated as far as your storage is concerned. But most of you, I'm sure, have a great system in place for storing PHI, and this is no different. Third thing is just the environment around you. I'm in a nice home office. There's a closed door over here. There's nobody that can bother me. There's no interruptions. There is a dog in the house, but other than that, nobody's home right now. So keep it secure, keep your location secure, keep your environment private. This helps with HIPAA, of course, that nobody hears anything they shouldn't hear, whether they're even in your family or in your home. You definitely don't want to be doing these meetings from a public work environment like a coffee shop or what they call a shared office space, things like that. You don't want anybody hearing anything that they shouldn't be hearing. So a nice, private, secure, quiet location in your home, in your office, and it makes the patient feel more comfortable as well. I've even got like a couch in the background. It kind of has a vibe that you're actually in a counseling or therapy session. So if you're a therapist or a counselor or a psychiatrist, make them feel comfortable with the background. Other options, if there is something in your background that you don't think should be out there in the world for people to see, blur the background. Do special effects background, virtual backgrounds. We had a nice discussion online a couple weeks ago about whether or not to use virtual backgrounds, or an environment like this might make the person feel more comfortable. So that's up to you, whatever works best for you and your clients, but just make sure it's a secure, private location and there's nothing too crazy going on in the background that might make the situation a little bit more uncomfortable for your patients. So to recap, good equipment, cameras at eye level. You don't need to go out and buy expensive equipment. Your equipment that you have at home, your relatively new computer, is going to work just fine. Don't need to buy the expensive stuff. Don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars on telehealth equipment. Even if you're meeting people in a hospital or in an ER, really, the technology is there that you don't need to spend thousands of dollars. Just invest in good camera. Think about whether or not you want to store note taking from an AI note taking software. And if you have any questions about that, I'd love to talk to you about it. And make sure you're working in a secure and quiet environment. It's been great. We can do telehealth. We can do it stress free. You can do it as a counselor, therapist, psychiatrist, even physical therapy and chiropractor. And especially now, there's a big push towards healthy lifestyle. So if you're a lifestyle medicine provider and you want to get into doing telehealth or doing follow-up appointments with your clients, no matter what kind of medicine you're practicing, where they don't actually have to come into the office, this is a great way to do it. So let's make sure we're doing telehealth the right way and that we're having fun doing it and it's stress-free. And there's lots of things that we can help you to make sure that happens. So that's all for episode 2. I'll be back again next week with a third and final installment of this very first intro video series called Stress Free Telehealth. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.